Welcome again to German local and international news in English. Please, subscribe, share and comment. The headlines. Putin threatens severe attacks in Ukraine. In view of the fighting in Ukraine that has been going on for 100 days, Pope Francis has again called for real negotiations. Please do not plunge humanity into ruin, said the head of the Catholic Church on Sunday in front of 25,000 believers in Rome. He appealed to the leaders of the nations to start genuine negotiations for a ceasefire and a sustainable solution in the conflict. The nightmare of war weighs on mankind, said Francis from the window of the Apostolic Palace. People fighting each other, killing each other, people being driven from their homes. As with previous statements on the war in Ukraine, the Pope did not name either Russia or President Vladimir Putin as aggressors. According to the Vatican, he wants to keep options open for a mediator role. AFP, Putin warns against delivery of long-range missiles. Russia's President Vladimir Putin has threatened serious attacks on the country if Western long-range missiles are delivered to Ukraine. If they deliver, then we will draw the appropriate conclusions and use our means of destruction, of which we have enough, to deal blows to those objects that we have not hitherto attacked. Putin said in an interview published on Sunday state TV channel Russia 1. The aim of the Western arms deliveries is to prolong the conflict in Ukraine as much as possible, he said. However, the head of the Kremlin appeared relaxed in view of the delivery of state-of-the-art HIMARS multiple rocket launchers announced by the USA. For Ukraine, this will not change anything fundamental in the distribution of power. There is nothing new here, Putin said. The Ukrainian armed forces are already using such Russian-made systems, and the US deliveries would rather replace destroyed weapons. Nevertheless, it is crucial here which missiles would be used. According to all that could be heard, the Americans wanted to deliver missiles with a range of between 45 and 70 kilometers. That is roughly what the previous Uragan, Smerch and Grad missiles did, Putin said. At the beginning of the war, which Putin only calls special operations, Ukraine had 515 such systems. The Kremlin chief assumes that Ukraine currently has 360 of them in service. The picture is similar with the artillery ordered by Ukraine in the West. Apparently, this is also about making up for what was lost, what was destroyed in the fighting, said the Russian head of state. In addition, the Russian air defense has now destroyed most of the combat drones in Ukraine. They crack our air defense systems like nuts. Russia reports destruction of tanks supplied by the West. The Ministry of Defense in Moscow said on Telegram on Sunday that high-precision long-range air-to-surface missiles had been used. The attacks on the outskirts of Kyiv destroyed T-72 tanks supplied by Eastern European countries and other armored vehicles. They were said to be in the buildings of an auto repair shop. Ukraine counterattacks in Sivyerodonetsk. According to British information, Ukrainian troops recently counterattacked in the embattled city of Sivyerodonetsk. The Ministry of Defense in London said on Sunday that they would have probably weakened the operational dynamics that the Russian armed forces had previously gained by concentrating their units and firepower. The deployed Russian forces are also reserves of the self-proclaimed Luhansk People's Republic, it said. These troops are poorly equipped and trained, lacking heavy equipment compared to regular units. The deployment of auxiliary troops to clear cities from the enemy is a tactic that Russia has already used in Syria, the ministry said. This approach is believed to have arisen from a desire to limit the casualties of regular Russian forces. Russian rockets hit Kyiv. Several Russian rockets hit the Ukrainian capital Kyiv early on Sunday morning. The infrastructure goals were met, said Mayor Vitaly Klitschko. He did not give any further details. There were no reports of fatalities. One person was taken to a hospital with injuries. Most recently, since the visit of UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres on April 28 in Kyiv, things have remained comparatively quiet. The rockets hit the Darnitsky and Dniprovsky districts of the city, according to Klitschko. Emergency services are on site, Klitschko explained on Telegram. At the time of the attack, an air alert sounded in Kyiv. Smoke rose from the charred rubble of a warehouse-like building in Darnitsky district, east of the capital, and soldiers and police cordoned off a main road leading to it. Soldiers also blocked a road leading to a freight yard. Thousands of homes, hospitals and schools have already fallen victim to the war. Reconstruction could take 10 years, reports Anastasia Magasawa for the TASS. Russia is said to have used phosphorus ammunition in eastern Ukraine. Russian troops continued their offensive with rocket and airstrikes in the Luhansk region. Governor Serhiy Hajdaj said on Telegram that helicopters carried out airstrikes in the areas of Gursk and Myrna Dolina, and planes attacked Ostanovka. The city of Lysychansk was hit by a rocket. 5 houses were damaged there, 13 in Gursk. Another air raid was reported from the city of Kramatorsk. According to Mayor Oleksandr Goncharenko, there were no fatalities, but 2 companies in the city were severely damaged. The Ukrainian General Staff on Sunday morning accused Russia of using phosphorus munitions in the area of the village of Cherkasky Taishky in the Kharkiv region. The information could not be independently verified. Attacks on Kyiv were also confirmed. In addition, Russian troops continued their attacks in Sivyerodonetsk in the Luhansk region, it said. The Russians currently controlled the eastern part of the city and tried to encircle the Ukrainian troops and block the most important logistical routes. In view of the massive destruction of cultural heritage by Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine, its President Volodymyr Zelensky has emphatically demanded that Moscow be excluded from UNESCO. UNESCO is no place for barbarians, Zelensky said in his video address in Kyiv on Saturday. Russian troops would destroy cultural monuments, churches and other religious sites en masse. That reason enough to exclude the country from the United Nations Cultural and Educational Organization, he said. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next German news. Please hit subscribe button to subscribe, share, comment to get alert when we upload a new video.